Now they are banning Pastor Mboro'S church following the altercation that ensued yesterday at a local school. This particular church, it is just a few meters from the police station, but we are not seeing any police visibility on the ground, to check what exactly is happening. This following the pupils from these various schools marching across the streets of Katlehong. Firstly, their first point was at the local police station, where they were saying that they are demanding the release of the people who have been arrested. We understand that one of them is Pastor Mboro himself, and also the grandmother from the maternal side of the two kids that were abducted yesterday by Pastor Mboro and the people that he came with at the local school. But what we understand is that they are going to appear at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court soon. So as you see on the ground here, tensions are running very high. Students saying that they don't want the release of Pastor Mboro, and they want the immediate release of some of the people that I have mentioned. So this emanates from a family, dispute, where we understand that Pastor Mboro's son is in dispute with a family demanding the custody of the kids, of which we understand they are schooling at Matsidiso Primary School. We would want to speak to some of the students and get the sentiments. Why are you taking this action? Why are you banning the church?
We go to the police station didn't take any action, so we take action to our hands.
So this, some of the sentiments from the students who are saying that the police are failing to take any action. We also saw the ANC Youth League there generally coming to the school to talk to various stakeholders.
Well, yes, Imana, I can tell you that the parents are really unhappy with the incident that took place. And of course, as parents, they would like to protect their children from what has taken place, which is why they've highlighted that it would be better if their children were let go for today, just to go home, and that they were counseled so that they're able to have a conversation with the school to understand how they can improve safety for their children, and also that this incident doesn't take place again. So they've been very highly critical, but just ensuring that safety is important for their children. But we know that there's been engagements behind closed doors between SGB, and we also know that there's been also engagements with the Department of Education, but also we know that the ANC Youth League is also part of those people that have been in those meetings. In fact, I now have the ANC Youth League president to speak to us about those engagements. Colin, one would say that it would have been better if this had never occurred, but it has occurred. So what is the way forward now?
Look, what I've analyzed is that there's a family conflict fighting for the kids, and we said that the environment of school can't be an environment used for that battle. Learners must learn without fear, teachers must teach without fear. But it's clear that the community is very angry, and I agree why they are angry, because when you send your kids to school, you expect them to be safe. You don't expect to send schools and there are criminals and so-called pastors who come here carrying weapons, threatening teachers and all of that. Usually in society, you expect a pastor to be someone who we can utilize as an ambassador to educate our communities, to unite them against crime. Crime is a big thing in our communities. We'll also have an engagement with the new Minister of Police, the Minister of Basic Education, on how we're going to make our schools the most safest areas. Because I know parents must be worried, but it's a community thing. crime comes from communities into the schools, because schools are part of the communities. Now it's a reflection of what really is happening in our own communities on the level of crime and a lot of weapons. You know, every street, every corner in society, the people are carrying weapons. Now it's a very big problem that the police must move into and resolve on urgent basis.
But what is the solution now? You've been in those engagements with SGB as well as the department. What is the solution?
Look, the main solution is that the criminal that were here must be arrested. We're also worried that how does it take 12 hours to arrest a criminal when there was a clear evidence of him carrying weapons inside the school premises with the bodyguards carrying rifles, whatever was carrying inside the school premises. And I don't know why it's taking the police so long, because no one must be above the law. Whether you are a pastor or what you are, you need to be acted upon when you break the law of this country. Now, we must make examples, especially of those that are seen to be leaders in society. When they've done wrong things, we must be the first to act on them, so that communities can see that we are equal before the law, all of us. Now, we'll be following up that case. We'll make sure that it happens, because it's not only about here. The only reason here it caught attention is because it caught social media attention. You will find that there are many other schools everywhere who are faced with the same problems of criminals who are doing as they please inside the school premises.
And have you spoken to the police by any chance?
Look, I have not spoken to the police, but I know my regional structures and provincial structures have went to the police station to speak to the police to make sure that the case is resolved. We'll make follow-up. We'll follow it up through our structures. It might not be myself directly, but as the Youth League, we've got regional branch structures, we've got zone, but it's also COSAS here. The leadership of COSAS will be making sure that they monitor the process properly.
And just lastly, have you been able to engage with the family?
Our structures are going to facilitate that. We've also came here with social workers because we know that the kids must receive counseling. That's why we've called upon the social workers. Everyone is here. All stakeholders must be involved. We came with them here to make sure that they give special attention, mainly also to the kids that were dragged out of the school. If you can see in the video, young kids were dragged crying out of the school into a cars and all of those things. That is a serious trauma. I don't think there's any child who must go through those punishment, especially after we've discovered that the mother of the kids have passed on in July, you know. Those kids are going through a very difficult stage. I think the community and everyone else must play a special role to give them support.
All right. And just again, as a last question, we saw that the parents were trying to block some of your members from going into the school when you were already inside, mainly because they didn't understand what was taking place. What would you say, perhaps, to them about this?
Look, parents have a right to have paranoia because they want the safety of their kids. There's nothing wrong that they've done, apart from making sure that the kids is not full of adults who are not supposed to be there, most of them. That's why we also thank the principal of the school, the SGB, and also the community and the parents for allowing us in the school to try to resolve this matter as one of the stakeholders, together with the Department of Education, the police forum, and also the social workers, so that we come out with the best plan to resolve the problem we've seen here.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's ANC Youth League President Colin Malachi. And as you can hear there, Iman, he's saying that they are going to follow up on that case. Of course, the concern is that the community, where do they go forward from here? He says that they haven't, at this point, received any updates from the police with regards to whether or not the case has been open and what case has been open or if anyone has been arrested. We know that last night we saw that we were told by the people that were there at the Katlehong police station that the uncle was arrested. They, of course, alluded to the fact that he might have been arrested for intimidation, but of course that hasn't been confirmed, Iman, because we have been reaching out to the South African police to sort of get an update, and we haven't got that yet. But we know that these engagements are still continuing, also in the different structures, like what ANC Youth League has been saying. But the parents are still here, very concerned about what is taking place, and they still want to know what will happen with their children.
Absolutely.